Hard to believe. It's been 17 years. Imagine covering that, reporting on that, trying to get a sense of the gravity of that as it's happening. That was the position David Asman was in back then, covering that. And I forgot, David, between you and John Scott, how cool-headed you were through all of that and the enormity that was happening right before you in the case. The one clip I heard during the Pentagon attacks and on and on. But so many had this entire country written off at the time, as you were paraphrasing, you talked about they went to our financial capital, they went to our military capital, and yet we survived. We survived.
Oh, we not only survived, it only took 2 months. That's the extraordinary thing. The market, of course, closed on 9/11, didn't reopen for a few days. Right. And when it did, it went down 5%. But within 2 months, we were back to where we were on September 10th. It's extraordinary how we recovered. And actually, that was in the middle of a recession, too. We forget that.
Absolutely.
We had the triple shock. We had the dot-com bust. We had the accounting scandals. Many forget about all that. And then we had 9/11. But we also had, I can't emphasize it enough, we had tax cuts. George W. Bush instituted tax cuts just before 9/11, and then in 2003 he had another dose of tax cuts, and I really think that's what stimulated the economy in a very positive way to get the economy moving again. 2003, 2004, 2005 were very strong years of economic growth, 3-4% each of those years because of the tax cuts. So again, the economy wants to improve, but getting back to that day, one thing that you couldn't see, I don't know about John, but I know about myself. My wife and I live in Manhattan. My wife worked at the United Nations at the time. And while I was reporting, trying to be as calm, because I knew America did not need hysteria on when they were watching television. They needed somebody to stay calm. But meanwhile, every break I had, I was on the phone to try to reach my wife because I was worried that the UN was going to be next. And my daughter, she had just left off at school, and we didn't know whether the schools were. So there were all these fears that were in everybody. We didn't have any idea what was coming next.
No, we didn't. Jonas Max Ferris, on the markets eventually reopening, to David's earlier point. And we did tumble, in a big way, but we did come back and ultimately stabilize here. A lot is forgotten about that time. I'm glad Dave pointed out that we were, in the fourth quarter of the prior year and through the new year, the recession had taken hold. It was in a deep, protracted recession, but to the tax cuts at the time, you could argue back and forth. They certainly mitigated the damage. We won't know to the exact degree, but it could have been a lot worse. Were you surprised, Jonas, that it wasn't, economically?
The economy and the stock market are going to come back from almost anything, even without government action. It was probably accelerated because of the stimulus packages going on, the tax cuts. Let's not forget, there was also a lot of government spending that went on at this, that started at that point, both reimbursing people insurance. There was airlines that would have possibly gone bankrupt that were built. There was a whole lot of support, essentially. Then there was a
lot of the tax cuts and
and
stuff were the first wave of them, to David's point, before any of this on 9/11. But go ahead, your point's well taken.
Right, and interest rates were, so there was a lot of things acting to help the economy, essentially. And then that's when a lot of spending also started because of 9/11, which boosted like the defense sector and jobs and hiring. So there was a lot of put into effect. It is amazing how fast it came back. It's almost dangerous to investors because now it creates a, wow, if something like that happens again, it's going to come back. Because it always is a buy-in opportunity when we have crashes, when we have recessions. But it leads to a level of confidence where stocks get more and more expensive, and you just think it's always going to come back. The government will just step in and cut taxes or lower interest rates or spend money. And there's going to be a point way down the road where the ability to do that because of our debt is going to be such that we won't be able to buy our way out of it as quickly, so to say.
David, I was wondering about, and you mentioned this on the air at the time, the idea that the primary hit was our financial capital, was New York. And that was the case, certainly, in the first World Trade Center attack to make New York a target. And it's been repeated since, or attempts since. That's something we just have to recognize. Right?
I've asked myself that question. I certainly did that day and since. Why? Why the World Trade Center? Well, the World Trade Center is a perfect example of how markets bring people together. That's what bothered, I think, the terrorists so much about the World Trade Center, was because they were into this divisive mentality where you had to separate everybody. And the idea that people from all nationalities, from all religions, by the way, there were a lot of people that were killed that were Muslims on 9/11. All those people could work together, and there's nothing like markets, free markets, for bringing people together. I think that really stuck in the craw of the terrorists, and that's one thing that we have to remember. It was a specific target. Of course, the Pentagon was targeted for obvious reasons as well, but the fact that the economic might of America is based on people working together, no matter what their differences are, and it works wonderfully.
You know, if you think of all the financial firms that day that were hit, from Cantor Fitzgerald, Marsh McLennan, and on, and Aon Securities, it is a wonder how we were able to open up at all. Forget about all the damage done to the exchanges just to structurally get them going. But people forget that, don't they, Jonas? That was quite an achievement in and of itself.
It was, and you got to understand, like today, looking back, we're on top of the world again in the financial capital. But there was, it wasn't so quick. There was a move there where people thought London was going to become the financial capital for a number of reasons. And then the dollar went into a pretty long slide there, where we stopped being the number one, like untouchable number one destination for capital. Everyone was like, our best days are behind us. Foreign stocks started to all beat U.S. markets. That's where all the money was going. And now things have turned. Now looking back from here, it looks like, wow, see, that we were always. But there was definitely some lingering drag on the supremacy of the U.S. financial markets and dollar during that time. And it lasted more years than you would think, even though the stock market did recover fairly quickly.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you both. Very good points all.
Neil, can I just
Sure.
one final thing? This is something that I keep and look at every time, particularly this year. This is a piece of glass from the World Trade Center. It was given to me on the week of 9/11 from a fireman, and you can see how thick that glass was in the World Trade Center. And you just imagine how many times people were looking through this glass, not realizing what was going to happen. There's just something prophetic about something like this. As much as we forget, it does seem like a long time ago to some. You got to be ready, because you never know what's going to happen in this world.
You never know is right. Gentlemen, thank you both very, very much.